Hello, friends, how are you? Hello, mechanical engineering friends. Welcome to another mechanical engineering board exam license reviewer. Today's topic is on engineering economy and regarding the new gain after a rise in cost. This is very interesting for business minded people. Okay, we have a problem here, and remember, if you have a problem, we have a solution. Okay, let's get to it. A farmer selling eggs at 50 pesos a dozen gains 20% if he sells the eggs at the same price after the cost of the egg rises by 12.5%. How much will be the new gain in percent? Okay, very interesting business problem. So here is our given. We have 50 pesos price per dozen, and the gain that we're given is 20%. Now there is also a given of 12.5% rise in cost, and the farmer used the same price even though the cost increased, so he kept the same price. So just by analyzing the given, we know that his gain will be lesser because he kept the same price even though his cost increased. Okay, so the unknown is to solve for G2, the new gain after an increase in cost. And we have the solution, but before we go to the solution, allow me to please invite you to please subscribe, like and share. Like and share the knowledge, please and thank you. Okay, we're back to the solution. Our working formula is G is equal to 100 times R minus C divided by C, where G is the gain in percent, R is the gross revenue, and C is the cost or expense. Okay, pretty simple formula. And our first step would be to solve for the revenue. Now, before solving for the revenue, we will assume that the farmer sold 10 dozens in total for ease of calculation. So since he sold 10 dozens, we solve for revenue. R1 is equal to 50. That's the price per dozen, times 10 is equal to 500 pesos gross revenue. Then next step is to solve for initial cost. So we use the formula G is equal to 100 times the quantity R minus C over C, and we we substitute the given and the calculated values. We were given G1, the gain was 20%. Just go back there a little bit, right there. Gain 20% G1. Okay, so go back. So we put G1 is 20, and then we substitute the calculated value of 500 for the R1 revenue. Then we've got 20 is equal to 100 times 500 minus C1 divided by C1. And then we simplify, we solve for C1. Takes a little bit of moving around and simplifying. So we've got C1 is equal to 50,000 divided by 120, and we got C1 as 416.67 pesos. That C1 is our initial cost. Okay, so we've got C1, and now we solve for the final cost. This is the cost after a rise of 12.5%. So we were given a rise of 12.5%, so we solve for C2, the final cost, using the formula C2 is equal to C1 plus 12.5% times C1. So we've got C2 is equal to 416 plus 12.5% times 416. Our new cost would be 468.75 pesos. So if we notice, our C1 was 416.67. So C2 is now 468.75. It's now bigger than C1. It increased in 12.5%. It increased by 12.5%. So because we know that the new cost increased and the farmer kept the same price, so we would expect a lesser gain just by knowing that we have an increase in cost. Okay, so since the eggs are sold at the same price after cost increase and the revenue is the same, he kept the same price. So we've got R2 is equal to R1, 500, which we calculated in here, right there. Revenue R1 equals 500, so this will be equal to R2 since he kept the same price. And now we solve for G2, which is what we're required to solve. So G2, we use the same formula, is equal to 100 times the quantity R2 minus C2 divided by C2. We substitute the values that we solved. R2 is 500, C2 is 468.75. Then we simplify, and then we get 6.67% G2, and that is the final answer. That's the new gain. So now the new gain is lesser. It used to be 20%, so it's now like a third, or about a third of his previous gain. Okay, I hope this was helpful to you and have helped you some way, some form. And please remember to please subscribe, like, and share. Cheers and have a good one. Till next time.